And we are live. There it is. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend. Yeah, it's a Saturday afternoon, well, early evening edition of AfroCast. I guess AfroCast. We'll see what happens. I labeled it AfroCast because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do today. I am not going to play Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I don't have the mental capacity to do it right now. Because I don't even remember what the controls are. The only thing, if we play something, might be playing Slay the Spire 2. I downloaded it last night. I played probably maybe about an hour of it today so far. I love the first Slay the Spire. If you haven't played it, it's a roguelike card game where you progress through 3 acts and you have a map that has different paths on it, and you go through the different paths to try to get to the very end boss. It's a pretty cool game. I like the setup of it. I really enjoyed it when the first game. There's a lot of depth to it. It starts out pretty basic. You can pick one hero to go through, and then once you make the first run with him and you get so far with him, it unlocks the other heroes as well. There's 3 altogether. Well, there's technically 4 in the first game. There's a secret boss or hero that you can unlock as well. They all have different play styles, different approaches. It's a really fun game. I really liked the first one. I beat the main story of it. There's still like cards I have to unlock and stuff, but was excited to hear that they dropped a second one. I know the news has been all over about this thing, that it's just been absolutely crushing it right now on the Steam charts. They even took shots at Marathon and Bungie for not being on their level. Let me see what the Steam charts are right now for this. The numbers are pretty fucking wild. Slay the Spire 2. Yeah, so according to Steam DB, the 24-hour peak for this game that just came out, this isn't even the full game. This is early access, by the way. So Marathon, Bungie did their server smash or whatever. 526,000 players for Slay the Spire 2. And universal praise. 20,000 reviews. It's at 94% right now. I would highly encourage you to play this game if you haven't. If you haven't played the first one, go play it. It is worth it. It's an indie company that's doing this. They're awesome. I'm really happy that they're seeing a ton of success. And I wish them the best, because they also hate microtransactions. They do drops all the time, updating their games. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm happy. It's good to see indie games continuing to win, continuing to embarrass these AAA studios. As much as I don't want Marathon to fail because people don't like Bungie. I want Marathon to get the player base that it deserves to get. If it's not a good game, which I'm seeing a lot of people say that they don't like it, that it's not a very good game, then it is what it is. I think, looking at the numbers, I think for a server slam or whatever they're calling it, Server Slam this Sunday.
No.
I have not played Marathon myself. I want to check it out just to see what it's like. But yeah, Marathon peaked 2 days ago at 88,000 players for a server slam. That's actually not that bad. I'm going to be honest, this is going to be a controversial opinion, but I kind of wish people would stop trying to shit on this game and take shots at it. Or like at Marathon. I think people should judge it on its merit. Say, oh, this isn't good. It's not good. But the numbers, and looking at the numbers and trying to say like, oh, this game sucks, or it's not doing that well. I can't believe it's not, or whatever. Like, Bungie hasn't even been in a good spot in years as a studio. These numbers are probably better than I expected them to be for a game that at launch had a ton of controversy around it, because we have things like Concord and Highguard to compare them to. I think the numbers are fine for what it is. The real rubber meets the road will be when the game actually launches officially. What do those numbers look like? That's what I want to see. That's what you should be holding these studios accountable for. this early access stuff, this early stuff is going to allow people to spin the victim narrative and spin gamers are toxic narratives. And they do that and it doesn't really work. But the point is it gives them space to do that. It gives them space to talk, to say this stuff. It gives them space to try to rally people around their cause and become the underdog and stuff like that. Instead of just saying, you know what, Server Slam numbers were okay. They're not great. They're not stellar, but they're okay. You know, Slay the Spire is winning. That doesn't need to be compared to Marathon because it's not even the same kind of game. I'm just happy to see Slay the Spire is doing well and getting the recognition it deserves. So, real quick. Glenathan, first in chat. Glenathan, my friend, your soul is glowing.
Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow, baby. Feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow.
Shout out Glenathan. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for being first in chat. What's up, Clown Pilled 199? Shout out was second. Son of Sanguinus. Hail all. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. What's up, Harbinger? Now I know how he lost his foot. He kicked too many dumbbells. I was practicing karate in the garage. Yeah. Yep. What's up, X in Wonderland? Good to see you. Atomic Patriot. Shout out, my friend. Darth Bane says hail. What's up, Naruto the 7th? Saint Adam. Stress level 100. Ethan Hill. Wyoming Sasquatch. And then Wyoming Sasquatch for 5 says, now what in the haberdasheries and hemoglobin is going on here? An AfroCast on a Saturday afternoon? What? It's unprecedented. What? I never expected it. What? But we're here now. What's up, Angie Blanky? Good to see you in chat. Appreciate you. Apollo Monopoly, shout out. X in Wonderland, much love to you as well. Let's see here. We got Hunters in chat. What's up, Hunters? How you doing, buddy? Stitch the Elder. Just scrolling down saying hi to people, so I'm not super behind on chat. What's up, Midnight Light? You coming to the G&G meetup? Yes, I am planning on going to MegaCon. Also, does Epicverse get more search engine traction with Epic Universe and Epic Fury? God bless you all. Not really. Not really. If anything, Epic Universe gets the most traction because they're a massive company and we haven't like optimized the search engine history for that. Honestly, the way it works is the better Josiah's channel does, the better my channel does. Those things, that is actually, those are the things that will lead people back to like Epicverse. Like if you look my stuff up or look up Epicverse, you'll see like a lot of related stuff to it. So it's kind of like it's like a Hydra. All head leads to Epicverse. All head. What's up, Ladybug? Good to see you in chat. Appreciate you. Much love. Ace Mannington, shout out. Paul Monopoly says, I've actually found that Clorox disinfectant wipes are far more effective than dude wipes. They're just harder to swallow.
Huh? Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Yeah, I don't like those words. I don't like those words. But shout out. Good to see you. Hi, Sissy. Good to see you in chat. Appreciate you. Phil's cousin says, Leighton been eating a pork chop sandwich from Culver's. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. What's up, Scree Away Do? Mike is late to the event he scheduled. Yeah. I was getting my kids some food. Larry the IDOT 199 says, hello everyone. What's up, Larry? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Mooney Go LSU says CPT. Yes, color people time. That's exactly what was going on there. Clownpill says, my 3-month-old just took a giant shit. His one and only in 24 hours. Pray for me. Those one-a-days are rough, bro. You have my prayers and my sympathy. When you have a baby that's a one-a-day shitter, bro, it is all bets off. That diaper's getting filled. Those bowels are getting evacuated, and nothing will stop it from happening. The most absorbent diaper in the world couldn't keep up. So you have my sympathy, my friend. I have dealt with my share of blowouts over the years. They're never fun. What's up, Brad Nad? How you doing? Is it finally time for a zombie game? Not yet. Soon. I was going to try to do it yesterday. I had a couple things come up yesterday, and I was just not able. I just did not have enough time to actually put like together a decent stream. It would have been like an hour, maybe. I was like, no, I'll just do a stream today instead. What's up, Charles Devane says, yeah, hail Meek, the cream of the crop on AfroCast. Yeah, remember, this whole stream is a goddamn conspiracy. Oh yeah. What's up, Bathuman? I thought someone was blasting the Muslim prayer outside for a second. That's wild, dude. Obscure Mouse says, all hail Ayatollah Kamiki, the sugarless. That's wild. I don't even...
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I don't even know what to say about that one. That's wild. Welcome back, Darth Bane. What's up, Lost Braves fan? Says Simpy sucks. Oh, wrong. No, damn, wrong stream. Hi, Miki and chat. What's up, Lost Braves fan? Good to see you. What's up, Tree Bear? Shout out, bro. Killing it with the memes, dude. Wild, but killing it. What's up, Mark Andre Roy? Shout out, my friend. Hope you're doing well, bro. Let me see here. Lord Botha says, we on that old school Beardo length intro? Never. No. I would never make you guys, unless something catastrophically wrong, you would not be waiting 20 minutes for me to start my stream. That's impossible. No. You're all good. What's up, Michael Moose? Shout out. The Grand Duke says KFC. Shout out. You can't hide the bucket. I actually really like that term. That should be KFC's new slogan. You can't hide the bucket. Screwy says, this morning, one of Dan's monkeys escaped and spread Ebola to a small Californian town. Only Dustin Hoffman and Cuba Gooding Jr. could save the day. Kevin Spacey didn't help much. That sounds like a movie I would watch if it was a movie, but it really did happen. So, hey, what's up, Sane? Adam, good to see you. Dr. Butcher says, how's your weather down here in Canton? It was fine. Yeah, we didn't get any tornado warnings or anything up here. We were fine. It rained a little bit. There was a little bit of a storm, but nothing bad happened. I'm really very thankful for that. Really very thankful, because last year we had last year was when we had a tornado warning, and that was a little hinky. That was a little scary. There wasn't really anywhere we could go that was like super crazy safe. We just hunkered down where we were. And fortunately, where I live is at the bottom of like a massive hill. Like there's just like an entirely massive hill. So we are like at the bottom of a decline, and they were like, this is probably the best spot to be because of the way the tornado would touch down and where it would touch down at. But I was very thankful. Our power flickered once and we were good. That was pretty wild year though. What's up, Debase Wizard? Good to see you, man. It's completely crushing Marathon. It is. It absolutely is. Did you ever find a mecha game to play? Says Tank. I did not. I am looking at what's it called? Mercenaries, Mech Warrior Mercenaries, but I have not had time to really sink my teeth into it. I have it downloaded and I've looked at it multiple times, but I have not started it yet. I keep getting distracted. I've been distracted by multiple games recently. I've been obviously playing a ton of Where Winds Meet, but I also, I have not finished the DLC for The Witcher 3 yet for the Blood and Wine. I have not finished Blood and Wine yet, and I've been really wanting to get back into that. I also made the mistake of downloading No Rest for the Wicked, and now I really want to try that out. So, and then I downloaded today Slay the Spire 2, and it was awesome. So, I did 2 hours of it yesterday. It's pretty good. Oh, Slay the Spire, Giles? Is that what you're talking about? Grandest of Potatoes for 5 says, been painting miniatures, Battletech Sword Sworn, and Sword of Light. Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. I really, really need to build my miniatures. I need to build my Grey Knight army. Matt Fat Cool says, you ever react to Skybrows? What the hell is Skybrows? Why does that sound really familiar? I'm not sure. Marathon reviews are very sus. I haven't even looked at their reviews yet. So what's up, Irish Whips and Arm Drags? Shout out to you. Wyoming Sasquatch for 2 says, not a game cast, not an Afro cast, then a meek cast. It's kind of, it's all things to all people. Yeah. First, I was the only mod working in Phil's chat, says Naruto the 7th, yesterday. Now I'm the only mod working again alone. I'm such a hardworking mod, especially on my day off. That's wild. Well, I appreciate you being here. I really do. SCD for 5 says, Slay the Spire 2 tax / Lex Play Fund, Epic Thickums, followed by a Sugarfoot joke or whatever. Epic Thickums is a really wild.
Damn, boy, he's thick.
Debase Wizard said, Battletech is so underrated. The lore is crazy deep and a little more grounded than Warhammer 40k. Is it? Maybe I'll have to look into it down. I don't know anything about Battletech. So, definitely not a Gator. So sorry to hear Jeremy is disrespecting you by not streaming over you. Yeah, I didn't even look to see if there was. I honestly didn't even think to check if there was a Cobra Cast scheduled. I'm gonna check now though. I bet you there will be one scheduled soon. Let me see here. He streamed one 18 hours ago. We will likely get a Cobra Cast scheduled within the next hour, is my guess. We will likely get a Cobra Cast scheduled within the next hour. That's my prediction. We'll see though. I would love to be wrong. Davion and Karita. Who are Davion and Karita? I'm kind of dumb. I don't even know what we're talking about. So, let's see here. Vault 199 Gaming for 199 says was gonna clap cheeks, but AfroCast more important. If you have to choose between me and having sex, go have sex. Like responsible, healthy sex, not like don't go find like a hooker or something just to do it. Like I'm saying, if you have the opportunity between watching a stream of mine and having sex with your loved one, go have sex with your loved one, please. And then you can come back afterwards and watch the stream. Isn't Marathon already out? Isn't the full game already out? Is it all? Is it out? Let me pull it up. Let me go look at Marathon. I thought that it was just the server bump. No, Marathon is out. You guys are correct. I didn't even know that it was out. That shows you how little I give a shit. So the whole game, the official game is out. It's $40, which is really fucking funny to me too. Because I know that Bungie wanted to charge full price for it. So Marathon is out. Let's go look at the reviews for this. Let's check out the reviews for Marathon. Let me see what I'm okay, there we go. I hope I'm not doxing myself here. No, I shouldn't be. Marathon reviews. 13.8 hours. Flailing Moogle. Good so far. Don't fuck it up, Bungie, and whoever keeps handles season content models for Destiny 2 as far from this game as possible. No, it won't beat Arc Raiders, but it's like if you combine Destiny and Escape from Tarkov without all the different systems. This game is actually addictive with its gunplay and atmosphere. Moment-to-moment combat reminds me of Tarkov a lot, mostly against bots. If you run into players, it gets crazy. Arc is more polished and fun. This guy says, fix solo balancing, add duo queue, and make it so that the average trio fill isn't a brick impossible. This guy played it for 12 hours. Says, the worst part about this game is that it's actually pretty fun. Bungie seems to be channeling more into providing something closer to Tarkov than Arc Raiders. Marathon makes a lot of choices that Arc Raiders deliberately did not make because they wanted a more casual audience. But this choice means the game itself is only ever going to be for a certain type of person, a niche within a niche. Like extraction shooters and want to shoot people in the face, it's pretty good. If you don't like extraction shooters or PvP, then it's probably not going to be up your alley. I enjoy this game a lot, but the issues hold me back from playing are more. The game lacks an option to change matchmaking region, so I'm stuck in the Asia server by default. Yikes. Where no one speaks English, other games like Arc Raiders, Tarkov, and Hunt Showdown let you choose your region, which is a crucial feature for me. That is a kind of important feature. It's kind of weird. I mean, overall, they look fine. The reviews look fine. I don't know. I'd be interested to see what happens with it. I mean, I didn't even, this is how much I knew about, I didn't even know that this was an extraction shooter. I have paid so little fucking attention to this game because I just don't really care. Bungie for me has been irrelevant when they fucked up Destiny 2 and figured out how to keep fucking up Destiny 2 over and over and over again. I love Destiny 1. I played the shit out of Destiny 2, really tried to give it a fair shake, and I just couldn't do it, man. So I didn't even realize it was out. Debase Wizard says, I played Marathon and pre-ordered it. It's a more in-depth looter extraction game than Ark, and it's first person. I'm enjoying it. Okay. I'll check it out. Maybe I'll just check it out just to see what it's like. I don't know, man. I'd love to see Mike with a Jerry curl. I'd have to put a lot of work in to get a Jerry curl, but I could make it work. Neil Hornford says, paying the meek tax, the emperor will be pleased. That's wild. There's no tax. It's free to watch this stream. What's up, Jimmy Collins? Clownpill for 5 Canadian says, fun fact, all the Brits I saw streaming Resident Evil 9 did third-person point of view for Grace, and all North American did first-person point of view. What's up with that? You know, I don't know. That's an interesting question. That's interesting. That's very interesting that you made that observation. I wonder if there's like official stats on that. I would love to look into that. So Pipes Canada says, I have a first date today. That's awesome. Listen, congratulations on your very first date. I hope it's a wonderful time. Remember to be, I don't know if you're a girl or a guy. It doesn't matter. Remember to be a gentleman and a scholar. All right? Have a good time. Be yourself. Okay? Doesn't mean you have to be rude or inconsiderate, but you should be yourself. Be honest about who you are as a person and really get to know this person. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful date. Legitimately happy for you. I'm slowly learning my retarded potty humor is up Mike's alley. Gonna have to pivot? What? What does that mean? Jared the Hutt says, Culver's does not have pork chop sandwiches. They have a pork tenderloin sandwich, and it's delicious. Listen, I get it. It's just that's not the first thing I would get going to Culver's. The first thing you get is a butter burger, and then you explore the menu. You need a body diaper? Banned. Banned forever. Banned forever. All right, I'm super, super hot behind on chat. Sorry about that. What's up, Texas Goon, Superfly, CJ Zinker, JB Spooky Review? How you guys doing? Good to see you. Miki's grease in my soul. What? What's up, Brandon Kitchens? Grandis Duke says, try to pay my taxes, but YouTube keeps denying my supers. I'm sorry about that. There is a link in the description. You can go down. You can send me direct donations. My Streamlabs. You don't have to though. You are not required to do so. But if you send me a Streamlabs, I'll check it out and read it too. Have you, Mike, you try a pork chop sandwich yet? I did not get a pork tenderloin sandwich. I can't eat that. It has too much breading on it. If it didn't have breading on it, I would try it.
No.
Yep, it has too much breading on it. Oscura Mouse says, thoughts on the new Scary Movie? I'm excited for it. I love the Wayans brothers. I love that they're trying to cancel culture. I love that they're trying to bring back good comedy. I love that they're like, fuck it, we're back. We're doing this full time. We're trying
Thank you for your patronage.
we're out here trying to do our thing. You know, I love that. So I'm excited for it. Let me finish getting caught up on chat here. I'm very excited for the new Scary Movie though. The movie's called Outbreak. Yes, it is. I did know it was Outbreak. That was the joke. I was kind of pretending like it wasn't a movie, but I know it's a movie. Jeremy the Cyborg says, got a new release, working to release today. Not part of the Pathfinder Complete Race Guide, but Pathfinder related. Hope to see you reacting live. Okay. I probably will not pull it up and read that live because I have to actually do a deep dive into it. What I need to do is wait until I've taken my ADHD meds in the morning, and then I could actually read through all of it. If I tried pulling this up on stream, I'd be so fucking distracted. But you have been fucking killing it with these guides, dude, and it's awesome. It's really awesome. Whenever there are storms, I have to hide in the bathtub. Yeah, that's what we've been told. I mean, we had mattresses and stuff ready to jump into like a bathtub and throw the mattress over, but yeah, it was kind of scary. I know Adam Krigler is loving Marathon. I know he's been a huge advocate for it, really enjoying it. I will say this. I don't know anything about Marathon. I have not played it. I've only seen a little bit of gameplay, but the gameplay I have seen, it looks very similar to Destiny. And I will say this about Destiny 1 and 2, the gunplay in those games is very, very, very good. It is extremely honed. It is very snappy. The guns feel responsive. They feel good to shoot. They feel distinctive from each other. If they can get that kind of a vibe going, if that's what you're feeling when you're playing Marathon, then I can see why a lot of people are going to really like the gunplay and stuff in it. So, how do you find time to do anything? I legitimately don't know, JB's Spooky Review. I just have to like ambush it. I have to ambush my life with things. I just go, hey, I'm going to go do a stream. And everybody's like, what? Okay. And then like, if I run really fast into my room and I shut the door and I just turn on my computer, fire it all up and just try to get a stream going, that's how I sneak up on life. It goes, oh, he's trying to stream. But then the chaos can't catch me. The only thing that the chaos can do is make my internet start tanking. But that hasn't happened. So I think we're doing okay. What's up, Frank? Says, Meek play Battletech as XCOM in the Mech Warrior universe. Is it? I do like me some XCOM. I really enjoy XCOM a lot. So what's up, Lieutenant Giratina? Shout out. I'm so fucking behind on chat. All right. I'm glad tornadoes didn't hit you, says Phil McCracken. Was worried about you. Yeah, no, we're good, man. Slay the Spire 2 might get a little light, but it gets pretty early on. Yes, it does. Hold on. Let me catch up on these super chats and stuff too, just to make sure, because I'm gonna start losing chat here anyways. I think EFAP is live. There's always somebody live. There's no way to not go up against other people. Hey, shout out King Deplorable. Appreciate you. What's up, John Ambler? Shout out. Shout out. I got sex out of the way this morning. I respect that. Nope, too late. I'm getting a hooker, Miki. See what you did? I tried. Is a fisherman a hooker? Kind of. Sorry, sweetie. AfroCast stays on. That's wild, dude. AfroCast stays on during sex. Etsy Zero just became a member. Hey, shout out. Thank you for becoming a member. I'm very behind on chat, so I apologize. The rest of the country, DST starts early in the morning, so I'll have to be bothered to remember the change all week. And business out of state, I'll maybe have some time confusion. Oh yeah, I forgot about daylight savings time. Yeah, that's a thing, I guess. Burkheimer says Bungie is already having to change up their scummy monetization. It's set up right now that if you buy the premium currency to cop stuff, you have to buy it in blocks that don't mirror the cosmetics. Really? That's a very Bungie thing to do. That's fucked. I did not know that. What's up, Turd? How you doing, man? Appreciate you popping in the chat. Thank you. What's up, Lethal Uno? Mike needs to rock the Drew Godden octopus beard. Maybe I could have. I could try. Have you seen Scream 7? I have not seen any of the Scream movies. I've never even seen Scream 1. They look scary. I didn't watch them. Now I know that they're maybe they're not as scary, but I've just never watched them. So Pipe says, thanks, man. I'm a guy. Well, treat the lady right. Hope you have a great time. Frank for 5 says, just paying my it's free to watch this stream tax. Meek play Battletech. It's XCOM in the Mech Warrior universe. I will put that on my list to look at. Battletech. Okay, I'll look at Battletech. Being myself is what I do wrong on first dates. If they don't like you on the first date, they weren't the right person. So, what's up, Darth Nut? Shout out. Why am I Sasquatch for 5? Well, we got a slew of these right now. For the new people in chat, it's not free. He lies. I pay subscription every month for this crap and lurking tax on top of that. That's wild. Phil's cousin for 2 says free to watch the stream tax. That's wild. Thank you for the 2. No music, FYI, or Inno Music. I know music. That's what it is. I know music, FYI, for 10. Says I gave a super chat to Jeremy's channel during the Mario Kart stream the other day, but I wanted to give you more because fuck Jeremy. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Fuck him. Fuck him. Too much breading? Yeah. Hi, Rough Knight. Says I just noticed Mike was live. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Rough Knight. I swear the next time I eat Culver's, I'm trying the damn pork chop sandwich. Why? Why? We bullied Meek into dieting too hard. That was not bullying. If anything, I'm being bullied to not diet anymore and eat a fucking cake, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I refuse to break this diet. I've lost a lot of weight already. Stream is code for jerking it. That's crazy. That's exactly what it is, Mike. It's not all that bad and does get better as you progress through playing. Okay. XCOM is great. Yeah, I really like XCOM. I played the first XCOM, beat it. I played XCOM 2. I loved XCOM 2. I got all the DLC and everything for it, beat it. I really, really enjoyed XCOM. I get a little frustrated with some of the RNG stuff as far as like the 99% to hit and then a miss. But I know that there's a lot more complicated stuff going on there than just what I see on paper. But I do like XCOM a lot. I really enjoy XCOM. So what's up, Hit Gary Daily? What's up, Goody? Shout out. Hit Gary Daily says it's the weekend. Where are those players at Marathon? Must be OT this weekend and everyone is working. The cope is insane for that game at the moment. Yeah, knowing that it's an extraction shooter and that it's very similar to like Tarkov. I've been told that Tarkov has a massive learning curve and takes a lot of time and investment to get good at it. If that's what we're getting with Marathon, and we're getting like a hardcore or a more hardcore like extraction shooter in the vein of Tarkov, then yeah, there's not going to be a massive player base for this game. This is not going to be a Destiny game. This is not going to be a appeal to everybody game. This is going to be, yes, like that's the review said, it's going to be a niche game for a niche audience. And if you like those kind of shooters, you'll probably enjoy it. But I will probably just check it out just to see what it's like. And my guess is, because I'm not a huge extraction shooter guy, that I probably won't enjoy it.
No.
I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it. I will enjoy it if it's snappy like Destiny 2, but probably not enough to like love it. So, Lobo Drago just became a channel member. Shout out. Thank you. And then Lobo Drago gifted 5 memberships.
That's a huge bitch.
Shout out Lobo Drago. Thank you for the gifties. Appreciate you. Jose says Vara played for 4 hours, gave Marathon a 2 out of 10. Okay. 2 out of 10 is bad. That sounds like not a good time. Matt Fun Cool says, when are we going to hear the lore of the loss of your feet? One of these days, I'm gonna pull up both of my feet and put them on camera, but that's not today. That's not going to be today. Epic Mike, do you want to do the scary move? Do you want to do a scary movie marathon? I've only seen one of them. That could be fun. I've seen every scary movie except for Scary Movie 5. Scary Movie 5? What's the most recent scary movie? Is it the most recent one? Scary movie.
Thank you for your patronage.
I don't even remember what the most recent scary movie was. Hold on, let me see here. How many of these fucking movies are there? Scary Movie film series. Here we go. Okay, so I've seen Scary Movie 1, 2, 3, and 4. Have I seen 4? Yes, I did see Scary Movie 4, and I barely remember it, and I know I didn't like it. I have not seen Scary Movie 5 at all, and I am looking forward to the new Scary Movie. The director for Scary Movie 6 is Michael Tiddes. Tiddes? Tiddes? Michael Tiddes. That's his name, Michael Tiddes. So that's cool. He directed A Haunted House, Haunted House 2. I didn't even know they made a sequel to that movie. 50 Shades of Black, Naked. So he's been working with the Wayans brothers a lot. Okay. This is kind of a Wayans brothers guy, like, for them. So the fact that they brought one of their guys back in, like, to do the directing is going to be good too. I think it'll be on brand. I don't think it's going to break any, like, records. I don't think it's going to shock anybody, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the highest scary movie, if it's at the same level of Scary Movie 2, like, as far as, like, hype. Charles Devane says, what's your opinion on Cody winning the title? Not gonna lie, I like Cody, but we need to pave the way for more opportunities for other wrestlers. And in the same vein, I can't stand. I like Cody. I think Cody's one of the best baby faces we've had in decades. I think WWE has done a very poor job of marketing baby faces, and that is extremely important to have that. Everybody being a fucking tweener or a fucking heel, like a heel champion and stuff, just gets old after a while. Like it's low class. I think Cody has been a very good babyface, and I think when he finally does turn heel, I think it'll be unexpected, and I think that it will elevate him, and elevate the business to another level. I think Cody's put in a lot of work, and I just think he's criminally underrated. That being said, I do think that there need to be more people. Finn Balor should have been champion. What's his name? Drew McIntyre. I like Drew McIntyre a lot. Finn Balor should have been champion. Finn Balor deserves a championship run. I think they completely dropped the ball with Judgment Day? That's what the crew he's with. They completely dropped the ball with them because they could have had a moment where while the Vision was injured and everybody was fucking out, that would have been the chance for Judgment Day to step in. You would have had Finn Balor. You would have had Raquel and what's her name as the champions. You would have had Dom, Intercontinental Championship. And then you would have had, man, I can't even think of her name right now. You could have had a generational run with those guys. He could have, I think he could have carried it, but yeah, they're just not doing a great job. What's up, Django? Good to see you. Wyman's Watch for 2 says meat cake tax. Maybe I'll do a meat cake. A meat cake might not be a bad idea. I know music says, I'm right there with you, Mike. I was a big bag, got tired of it, started a calorie deficit, and I'm already down about 9 pounds. Yeah, I've lost. So I did the math. I've lost like 35 pounds already. Yeah. We're just going to keep going with it, man. I'm just going to keep dropping it. So yeah, like 35 pounds, almost 40 pounds already. Giles McCoy for 10 says the cake is a lie. That is true. The cake is a lie. Wyman's Watch for 2 says speak to text, misspell text. You're all good, dude. Only extraction shooter I ever played was Division 1. Fun, but Ubisoft ruined that game. Didn't even bother with 2. Yeah, I never got into the Division. I was way more into Destiny, so. SCD for $12.50 says for 1 pound of the 3-pound meat cake tax, we're going to get the cake stream back on air one way or another, chat. All right, I'll do a meat cake at some point. We'll do a thing for it. We'll raise the funds for a meat cake. Steel Leg of History, remember for 20 months. Says, wish I could be there at the meetup. I tried to get the money to make it. Either next time. I'm 71 subs from 1K. Can't wait to tell you all I had. And then I think he continued that later, so I'll see if I can find it. But congrats. 71 subs from 1K, bro. You're almost there. You're almost there. Excited. This one with Ashley Tisdale. Oh yeah. I don't know. Was I beatboxing Kanye? It was probably Kanye. I was listening to Kanye before I started the stream. All right, I think I'm almost caught up on chat. And have a good day, turd. Got a rehearsal, can't stick around. Always good to see you. Remember to stay cool, keep calm, and dislike Mike's reviews. Please don't dislike my reviews. Please don't dislike my reviews. I'm talking wrestling in 15 minutes. Great takes, Meek. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Finn Balor should have left WWE a long time ago. I agree. If Finn Balor would have left a couple of years ago, he would have been top guy in AEW. He would have been a top guy in AEW. He would have skyrocketed. The guy is so freaking talented. Roxanne Perez, thank you. Liv Morgan, yes. Liv Morgan as champion, fucking rad, dude. I love it. See, Highness says, I don't know. You tell me. Why don't you tell me? I will say this. If you haven't watched wrestling, Danhausen, is that his name? Danhausen? The new guy is fucking rad. I didn't like his intro, but once I got what he was doing, it's rad. He's fucking great. Mike, how much for a live cake eating stream from the G&G meetup? Oh, I don't know if there's enough money for that. I'd have to break my diet. The cake, the meat cake thing, I have to be really careful what I put in a meat cake, so I'd have to make it myself. Anyone is better than Roman as champion. We don't need any lazy part-timers holding the titles hostage. I agree with you. And Jade Cargill should drop the title as well because she's not defending it. So hardly defending it, I should say. Hey, what's up, Blue-Eyed Scorpio? Best technical wrestlers are in AEW, but sure, it's backyard wrestling. Yeah, AEW is not backyard at all. They're a little hardcore, maybe a little reckless, But even with that, they have some great guys on there. They have some really good wrestlers on there, and there's a reason why they have some of the top talent, like some of the most well-known names right now. I think Jon Moxley is good. I like that he's getting a lot of love there. MGF is fucking amazing. That guy is one of the best heels I think I've seen out there. He is, I would say this, like, I would say it like this. MJF is becoming, MJF could become the next Ric Flair of wrestling. He could be the next Ric Flair of wrestling. He could be the next guy that reaches that level of like of longevity, but also like just an icon of professional wrestling. I think MJF is amazing. Toni Storm, I know she's not for everybody. I know that her gimmick wears on people a little bit. Toni Storm is killing it. I love what they're doing with her. I don't watch a ton of AEW, but I will watch Jon Moxley's matches. I will watch MJF do any kind of promos or interviews, and I'll watch Toni Storm anytime she's on screen because Toni Storm is amazing. So you are right. The writing for Cody is shit. Cody is doing well despite the horrible writing for him. What's up, Keontuje Wendy? Keontuje? Dr. Butcher says, if I lost 30 pounds, I'd look too skinny. My fighting weight is 175 to 185. I'm cleared to fight 4 times this year. Dude, that's fucking rad. I can cut for 10 days easily. You just need to feed your mitochondria. I love that. I went to a black club last night full of YNs. Did you get robbed? Did you get robbed? Did you get robbed? Gotta be careful out there. Cody's just as bad and boring now as in his AEW run. Heel Cody in our Ring of Honor was peak. I think Cody's pretty good. I'm a fan, Housen. I love that dude. Mo said yesterday he's going to make me eat Irish food. Oh no, Mo's going to make me eat lamb in potatoes. I can't eat potatoes, so. Rhea Ripley's a wonderful person, but I dislike her character. It's annoying. I like Rhea. I think Rhea's good. They just don't know what to do with her. So Danhausen would be a better horror host than a wrestler. I think he's going to be good at, I think I would love to see him get that kind of a job resume where he gets to do stuff like that. But his promo with The Miz was good, where he was like, all right, here are my demands. This is what I want to do. And The Miz, he's like, you're going to be my mentor. The Miz is like, I'm not going to be your mentor. He goes, yes, you are, or else you're cursed. And Miz is like, what? And he goes, don't forget what happened to Dom the other day or whatever. And then like when the Miz turned back to him, he's gone. I was like, that's fucking great. Was Jesse Ventura or Alex Trebek the better Man in Black? Alex Trebek. He would have been a scary, unsettling person to like just show up in your house like in the middle of the night, like having broken into your house and like threaten you. Adam Page and Swerve Strickland are the best on the roster. See, I need to watch more of it, but everything I've seen of AEW I do like. MJF is the best wrestler of this generation? Yeah. Meek, I suggest watching Sentenced to be a Hero. Not to pull a beardo, the show has a different take on hero in the words trope. Yeah, I've been looking at Sentenced to be a Hero. It's one of those ones I've been kind of like orbiting. I have a lot of other anime I have to catch up on first. The next one, once I catch up with Freerun, I'm really looking at Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga has been like moving up the ranks recently for me. I really want to watch that. So do you think MJF will go to WWE at some point? Yes. At some point it is inevitable that MJF will go to WWE. I think it'll be after Punk retires, because here's the thing. MJF will run, as long as Triple H and TKO stay the fuck out of the way, which I don't think they will. I don't think that they will. But I think if they decide to sign MJF, if that's going to happen and MJF is actually negotiating, I think they're going to give him exactly what he asks for. And I think MJF is going to run roughshod over the roster. He is going to run roughshod over every fucking wrestler in WWE, and it is going to, I mean this in the best way. It is going to be a sink or swim moment for those wrestlers. Somebody like Randy can cook with anybody. Randy is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Despite wasting a lot of the beginning of his career, Randy's phenomenal. Randy can cook with anybody. They don't even know what to fucking do with Randy. But MJF will run roughshod over these fucking wrestlers that are in the WWE right now. And the gap will be very apparent, and it's going to piss a lot of people in the WWE off. And the best thing that could ever happen is a bunch of pissed off wrestlers who get hungry and say, "Let me off the fucking chain and let me try to cook this. Let me go after this dude." That's what WWE needs right now. They don't need a fucking John Cena who's getting pushed by management. Forgive me, I'm going on a wrestling rant for a second here. They don't need a John Cena or a fucking Roman Reigns who's getting pushed by management, pushed to the top, and pretend and gaslighting the audience into believing that he's some shining beacon of what wrestling should be. John Cena was a great fucking workhorse. Workhorses are awesome. That you need workhorses, guys that are consistent, that don't get injured a lot. But John Cena was not the best guy when he was wrestling. He was the best corporate guy for WWE. He was not the best guy. Punk was the best guy. Punk got himself over on John Cena at a time where John Cena was burying talent like it was going out of style, bro. Okay? Randy got himself over on John Cena. Okay? And if he hadn't got injured, that title run with Randy would have been generational. There were a lot of guys that did forcefully push to the top of the upper echelon past John Cena, but you need a guy that's going to get hot like that, and he's going to piss off the rest of the roster, and he's going to make wrestlers actually dig deep and actually have to show off what they can do. That's what you need in WWE right now to save wrestling. What does YN mean? Says Paul Monopoly. It means young nigga. It's like a term now for a lot of like younger black youth who don't really understand what it means to like hustle and work hard. It's actually a growing problem. It's always been a thing, but it's a growing problem because as you see rappers and stuff going viral and making a ton of money very quickly, you kind of encourage this behavior of like, cool, if that guy can make it, I can make it. And you get a bunch of entitled people who think that the world owes them. I've met some of them working in bars and stuff where they make, oh my god, that scared me. You make one video that gets 1 million views on YouTube, and now they think they're hot shit and that their shit doesn't smell and stuff, and they act like fucking entitled pieces of shit. So yeah, it's a problem, but it's a problem with everywhere. There's a lot of entitled fucking people right now. So Aaron Goldstein, member for 1 month, says, I went to high school with MJF. Still crazy to me that he has gotten this big. By far the most famous person from my hometown. Dude, that's awesome. Did you guys get along? Like, did you guys actually like, were you guys friends? Did you guys get along? Did you think he was going to be, this guy? Like, did he seem like the professional wrestler type to you? I started watching more of Danhausen stuff lately, and I'm slowly becoming a fan. Hausen, yeah, dude, he's pretty rad. Hi, Donna. Good to see you. Mike hasn't seen that episode of X-Files. I haven't seen any X-Files, actually. It's on my list of shows I gotta watch. I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was younger, and I still haven't got a chance to really get into it. He has no desire to go to WWE. He's pretty honest about it. He will. If they open up the doors for him, he will. He would be a fool not to go, and he will like be one of the best guys. He will be one of the best guys. They just have to give him creative control. Like, what I mean by creative control, he's going to tell them, you need to let me do what I did in AEW. You need to let me cook. You need to not be restricting me on stuff. Give me the freedom to do what I want to do. And if they're willing to offer him that, he will go to WWE in a heartbeat and he will cook. It's not going to happen right now. I can see in like 5 years him going. Especially if Punk retires. When Punk leaves, mark my words, when Punk retires, MJF is right behind him. He's gonna kick those fucking doors open. MJF is close to Tony Khan. Yeah, I know. I watched that interview with him where he talked about it. But I don't know, man. I wouldn't be. I think it's gonna happen. That's me personally, though. My brother got surprise tickets. He was there live at SmackDown. Dude, that's awesome. Dude, I love how many wrestling fans we have in here. I'd Ragdoll Randy, Keyboard Warriors, 7th Form. Blue Eyed Scorpio, I actually believe that. Thank you for listening to me. Cena was never good. You are correct. Cena was never good. Cena was never good. I know a lot of people like him. John was a corporate guy. He was a corporate workhorse. Okay. I've been at companies that have workhorses. I've been the workhorse. That guy is not taking the company to new heights. That guy is putting the company on his back, and that consistency is what they can bank on every week. Okay. He was great with kids. He was all of that stuff. What made the things that skyrocketed WWE in relevance has always been a guy getting hot at the right time and making so much noise that people have to look. John was never the guy that was going to make so much noise people had to look. John was the guy that consistently gave them exactly what they wanted. And Vince McMahon loves consistency like that. Vince McMahon has always loved consistency like that. Seth Rollins is a workhorse. That's what I respect.
No.
Seth Rollins could have been a workhorse guy. Seth Rollins could have been a guy that put the roster and put wrestling in a higher station, but his bones are made out of paper mache and glass. So, Eric Stratton, oh my goodness, for 40.
That's a huge bitch.
Says, cool stories about lumberjack work yesterday. How did you tame the hair to avoid getting caught in a chainsaw? Also, your voice work is dang good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Eric Stratton. I did not have an afro really when I was working in the forest. Like, occasionally it would get a little bit long, but my hair was never long like this. I've told people this before. I didn't start wearing my hair, like growing my hair out until like 2020. I just didn't feel like going to get my hair cut, and I just let it keep getting longer and longer. I don't think I've had a haircut since like 2021 or something. But when I worked in the woods and stuff like that, I never let my hair get super long. I always kept it really short, kept it like close to a buzz cut. So yeah, I never had to worry about that. So Rickshaw says sounds plausible. For what, Rickshaw? I don't know what I said. You have to remind me what I said. I was a YN, then I was a G, now I'm an OG. It sneaks up on you. Yeah, I'm an OG as well. I'm not very entitled. I'm only a mister. That's true. Hey, what's up, BRJ? How you doing, man? I was a sophomore when he was a senior. He definitely had the personality even back then. That's cool, man. It's cool when those guys are consistent like that. I was an adult when the X-Files were the first. Forget that Mike is extremely young. I'm not extremely young. I'm like a little young. Jew Qin says, hail chat and Epic Mike. Lurking here, Resident Evil 9 like everyone. I hope your kid is doing well. Also, you were hilarious again on the Mario Kart 8 stream midweek. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I very much appreciate that. MJF and Tony Khan are best friends. Can't see him burning that bridge. I guess we'll see. Weirder things have happened in wrestling. Joe CA18 Pureblood just gifted channel membership. Thank you, Joe. Hope you're doing well, man. Who watches Stardom or Total? Is it what Total Japanese Pro Wrestling? I don't know what TJPW is. I don't. Stardom is great. Maybe I'll have to check it out. Regardless of where MJF goes, hopefully his talent and potential aren't wasted. Yeah, I agree. If he stays on AEW, I'm happy for them. Oh, it's a joke. Meltzer. Okay, Meltzer's horrible. He told people to Google it. They didn't know the wrestler. Got you. Okay. I was wondering. I was like, what did I do? Ryan Soleil. I'm going to pronounce it Soleil for now. For 2 says, need the Italian guy that throws a pizza. Yes, I saw something about him the other day. That was actually pretty rad. I love shit like that, dude. This is the closest to a wrestling stream as we're going to get, probably. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Mike, speaking of about wrestling beyond 1997 is refreshing. Thank you. I try. I do love wrestling. Did your wife know you when you had a buzz cut? Yes. I've been married for 15 years. It's going to be 16 this year? It'll be 15 years this year. I've been married for almost 15 years. She has known me more. I have had my hair short longer than I've had my hair long with her. So, Frank says, John Cena in the last 10 years of Pokemon just proved people don't want good shit. They want mediocre garbage. Casual fans, they know what they want. They will take whatever they get. They don't fully understand. And this is not a knock. This is just how it is. Most people just want to be comfortable. They don't want to be challenged. They don't want to be pushed. They don't want to have to, like, you know, and so like guys will, like wrestlers will get hot and they'll stay and they'll be like, wow, that's awesome. What a lot of people want is consistency. They just want one guy that's their guy that they can go with for the rest of their life. And John Cena was that guy for a lot of kids and a lot of moms who liked seeing him with his shirt off. And that is what they went with. And I agree with you. A lot of people don't want something amazing. They want something okay to decent. And it is the hardcore fans that are the loyalists that will stick around. And also the hardcore fans are the ones that spend the most money, that put the most investment into your stuff. And those people are the ones that help your business not just stay afloat, but help your business stay strong, even in like the lean years. WWE realized they could just put it all on John Cena and not have to work that hard, or put it on Roman Reigns and not have to work that hard. Roman Reigns talks about how he was the only one keeping the company afloat and stuff like that. It wasn't because WWE lacked talent. It's because the writing was fucking terrible. It was because the writing was fucking awful, dude. Nick, you should do a Conan the Barbarian movie. It has hot dudes. I would do a sword and sandals or a sword and sorcery epic movie. I would love something like that. I would absolutely love to do, and I know Chaz would be all for it, doing like an old school sword and sorcery movie like that. Like, you know, yeah, big, strong, tall actors and heroes and heroines going out and fighting monsters and slaying creatures and fighting evil sorcerers and shit. Oh, dude, 100%. Andrew Fraser Jr., hey, what's up, buddy? For 20, so here's a 20 meek. At least someone can enjoy their day. Are you not having a good day, Andrew? What's going on, man? Tell us what's going on. Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Oh, that's a lot of Japanese. I don't know how to pronounce it. Joshi. Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Joshi Wrestling equals women's wrestling in Japan. Oh, okay. Dude, the Japanese women wrestlers are amazing. So we got Io Sky from. She's fucking phenomenal. I also think Io Sky is criminally underrated. I know she's like one of the top people in WWE right now. I think she should be even more loved than she is. She's phenomenal. I don't think that's a matter of burning bridges. I don't see AEW lasting another 10 years. I don't know. I really don't know. What is this fabled wrestling stream? Geeks and Gamers has been owed a stream where we get a bunch of wrestling fans, like, and wrestling fan streamers all together on a stream to duke it out and talk about our favorite, who we think is the greatest of all time, but also just to talk about wrestling in general. But the biggest thing is to talk about who's the greatest of all time, because I know Jeremy says it's Ric Flair. There will be people that argue all kinds of other names. I personally think Shawn Michaels is the greatest of all time. I think Shawn Michaels is the greatest wrestler that's ever done it, that's ever been in the ring. He's the best guy. But that's just me. Jukian says, I just heard you, Mike. Hello, I love you, man. In a strictly non-gay bro way. Hey, that's okay. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Nice. Also, the name is Jukeen. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce anything. AKA Drunken Master Jackie Chan. Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. Jukeen. Drunken Master. I actually respect that. I love that. 15 years married. Bless you, man. Yeah, been a long time. Nice. So I only have to get up to being a decent human being to be wanted. It'll be hard. I'm not a decent human being, so yeah. Aussie World for 5. Hey, a Shayba says late 90s used to work for a grocery store called Randall's. Bagged groceries for Booker T and his wife. Ultra cut and very nice people. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I've heard Booker T is a cool dude. I heard Booker T's a really cool guy, and I love that. I Know Music, FYI, for 5 says, my friend just subbed to you. If you want to see your doppelganger, check him out. It's Caramel Mocha Bear. It's all one word. All right, I will try to look that up and check that out. Thank you. Crumb. Yeah, dude. What's up, Escapo? How you doing, man? Please do it, Miki. Show the world what it means to be a man again. I would love that, dude. I would love to do a sword and sandals or like a sword and sorcery old school epic like that. I probably wouldn't adapt it from anything. I would just do our own thing. I would just do something original. All right, I'm way behind. I'm scrolling down. I miss a lot of things. The GOAT is Al Snow. I respect that. I respect that. AEW has more money than TKO. It will last as long as TK wants, or as Tony Khan wants. Does he have that kind of money? Really? Bad day at work. Probably won't graduate college this semester, and family problems on top of that. I'm really sorry about to hear that, man. Listen, hey, prayers up in chat for Andrew Frazier Jr. We support our people around here. Even if you don't graduate this semester, that's okay. You can buckle it in. You can lock it down. Don't let anything steal your momentum, all right? If you got to slow down a little bit, but you keep moving forward, that's what matters. Right. What did Rocky say? One of the best quotes ever. It's not about how hard you can get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Is that the exact quote? That's the exact quote, right? Damn it, Rock. There is no tomorrow. It's not about how hard you hit. That's what I meant. It's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. There we go. I knew I fucking missed something. So, greatest for me will always be Sting. Sting is fucking phenomenal too. Yeah, Sting was great. Sting was absolutely great. Sting is my GOAT. I know a lot of people that liked him. I bagged groceries for Jamie Farr. I know you're jealous. I'm very jealous. Hogan or Michaels for me. Al Snow. I've seen a lot of Al Snow. That's actually probably great. For sure, Rick. Excuse me. At this rate, 2 years from now, your hair will cover all corners of the screen. I mean, I hope so. Ryan Soleil says, forgot about Hurricane. Him and Kane was wild. Dude, I love the Hurricane, and I actually think Kane is one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time. I know that's going to seem wild, but Kane was so fucking good, dude. And like I have a ton of respect for wrestlers that have a cemented like legacy, like that didn't have a lot of title runs. I think Kane was the world heavyweight champion one time, and a lot of people didn't like it once he lost his mask. But nah, dude, Kane was amazing, dude. The guy was so fucking athletic for his size. He was a great worker, and he was scary as shit. He was a guy you didn't want to wrestle, and he had a great fucking gimmick. Let me see here. How many championships did he win?
If you would join us.
Trying to find his all of his list of titles, because I think Kane had one run with the WWE title, right? I know somebody's gonna know this for me. I know he had like the tag titles for a little bit and stuff. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't care about his political career. Okay. Let me see here. Here are his championships and accomplishments. There we go. Okay, so he held the World Heavyweight, or the WWF Championship one time, the World Heavyweight Championship one time. That's right, the ECW Championship once. He held the Intercontinental Championship twice, Hardcore title once, the 24/7 Championship, which was a terrible fucking title, one time, two-time Tag Team Championship, 9-time WWE, WWF World Tag Team Champion with Mankind, 2 times with X-Pac, 2 times with Undertaker, 1 time with Hurricane, 1 time with Rob Van Dam, 1 time with Big Show, WCW World Tag Champion. Yeah. I loved Kane. Kane was awesome. I was always excited to see him come out. So, ever Epic versus prevents Beer to Kiss the Fat? That's wild. His father invented something to do with car brake system, so I've heard Daddy Khan pulls that cash. His dad has a ton of cash. Yes, I didn't know that. Right? Yeah. Tony Khan's dad is, what's his name? Shahid Khan, right? Shahid Khan owned the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? Yeah, he owned the Jacksonville Jaguars. I remember that guy. Yeah, that guy has a shit ton of money. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Does he still own the Jacksonville Jaguars? Man, I would have sold them off a long time ago. And then the lead investor in All Elite Wrestling. Yeah, you're right. He has a ton of money. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah, he ain't going anywhere. Fuck, yeah. That wrestling thing will just exist as long as they want it to. My ride to Dreamland is calling. Hey, thank you, Wendy. I appreciate you. Get some rest. Yeah, I botched it. I know. I fucked it up. It's okay. Matt Fun Cool says, does that also go for giving it hard and strong in the bedroom? Yes. Yes. Not graduating from college is probably the best anyways. Degrees are worthless. It depends on what degree you're getting. It really does depend on what degree you get. So going into trades is always a better option, but yes. If you're going in there for something specific that requires that, go for it. You know? The Undertaker is the GOAT and Kane does not get enough love. I agree. Undertaker, for me, is in the conversation of he's in the conversation of Mount Rushmore. The Rock used to be my Mount Rushmore used to be Flair. Was it Flair, Stone Cold, The Rock, and Michaels? But Dwayne Johnson is such a fuck up, and he's such like a 2-timing like fence sitter that I have no respect for him anymore. And I actually The Rock used to be my favorite wrestler of all time. He's not anymore. I love going back and rewatching his matches. I love the way he wrestled, his promos, his mic work was great. One of the only guys that could really touch Stone Cold on a mic, which was tough to do. But I've lost so much respect for him over the years. So if I was to if you were to ask me now, it would be Flair, Michaels, Stone Cold, Undertaker. I know a lot of people like Hogan. I like Hogan too. Hulk Hogan. But I'm not a fan of the fact that he stopped the WWF from being unionized. The Hulk, his behind the scene antics were enough for me to lose a lot of respect for him. So, I'm so behind, dude. Kane had the greatest wrestling debut ever. Yes, he did. Yes, and Darth Bane, I did know that Hogan's in-ring work was better in Japan. Yeah, he wrestled very well in Japan and did none of that when he came back. None of that when he came back. Scree Wader says, I almost walked into Rosario Dawson. She was walking around a corner, but she's so short I couldn't see her. She seems taller in the movies. They always do. She's really pretty. She's a very pretty lady. Kane was scarier without the mask. I like both. I like masked Kane and without it. I actually like corporate Kane too. I kind of loved corporate Kane for a bit. Kane and Jericho were my favorites as a kid. Those are good ones. Very good ones. There was a corporate Kane angle that they did where what was it? Was it Seth Rollins? Yeah, where him and Kane were arguing and then he fucked up Kane's leg and they had to take him out of a fucking ambulance or whatever. And dude, it was such fucking great promo. Dude, I've missed shit like that in WWE. The fucking ambulance goes to take off and it stops and it opens up and it's fucking empty and it's just red light pouring out of it or whatever. Or it looks empty and there's just smoke and fucking masked Kane comes back out. Like, dude, they used to have, like, when he was Corporate Kane, they had his mask in like a plexiglass case, like that he couldn't reach it and shit. Stuff like that was great. I loved gimmicks like that, like Undertaker with his urn. I thought that was kind of a great gimmick for a while. Yeah, shit like that was fun, dude. I loved shit like that. Yeah. Kane beat Austin in the first bloody accident and lost it the next night. That's fair. You have an idea for a tier list, Stormy? Send it to me. And a soccer team, Dan. Okay, he's got fuck you money. Yeah, that's fair. Goldust is criminally underrated. Yes. Dustin Rhodes is a phenomenal wrestler and an incredible technician. And the guy knows ball. Like, there's a reason Dusty was working with talent, and it wasn't. I think Dusty understood talent a lot. I think Dusty had a great eye for talent. I think Dustin also has the same thing. I think Cody could be a great mentor in the future, but if I had to choose who to be like, if I had to choose who to work with my development talent as a wrestler, like to build my development talent and to build younger wrestlers and really teach them how to do business correctly, or Cody as a babyface, I'd be hard pressed to decide between him and his brother, because Dustin is so knowledgeable about wrestling, and Goldust, the fact that he made that gimmick work for him is insane. I have so much fucking respect for him for that. I love Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper's like top 10 of all time. I don't think he deserves a Mount Rushmore. No. The Rock was terrible in the ring. I don't agree with that at all, actually. I thought The Rock was pretty fucking great in the ring. The biggest thing for me is he was in my personal opinion, I know a lot of people maybe disagree. I think this, but I think The Rock was a very underrated technician in the ring. He was good to work with. Yes, he oversold, but he oversold in a way that didn't feel like he was making fun of you. I thought The Rock was great. The Rock was my favorite. If Hogan wasn't around in the 80s, Macho Man would have been the guy. Yes, I agree. Macho Man would have been one of the greatest. Like, he would have been greatest of all time. Spider-Man had the best wrestling debut. That's pretty good. Yeah, but he said the N-word that bumps him up the ladder. Yeah, but that doesn't get him on Mount Rushmore. I mean, like, yeah. You ever hear Cornette and Bubba Ray go through the Hogan lines over the years? I have not. Cornette's kind of wild. I met Batista randomly at a hotel in Toronto in 2014. He seems so much smaller in person. See, that's funny. So he doesn't seem taller, but I met Batista right after was it right after he left from, or he was still recovering from his injury? Let me see here. This would have been, I graduated high school in 2008. So this would have been 2010. Let me see here. 2014, I think, was when he was going for his... That was when he returned. But wasn't this after he did MMA? I think this was right after he did MMA, right? Yeah, I don't know. I remember meeting him, and when I met him, he was still like pretty big. He wasn't as tall as I expected him to be, but like when I shook his hand was fucking huge, dude. Like, this was right before he went into MMA, so this is before he went through all that. But yeah, he was big. He was a big dude to me. But there's a Chris Benoit joke. There's always a Chris Benoit joke that could be made. Where do I send things? You could send it to me on X if you have an X account. Yeah, if you have an X account, send it to me on X. CobraCast spotted. Yeah, I called it, didn't I, chat? I fucking called it. American Dream. John T for 5 says, bought corn tortillas the other day and thought about you. No homo. Hey, shout out to corn tortillas, bro. My problem with modern wrestling is that all the wrestlers are just wrestlers. No one has a gimmick like Kane. Yeah, there's no gimmicks anymore. Everybody wants to sell themselves as the brand. There's also, there's no like focus on storytelling. There's no love and appreciation for the storytelling aspect. I will tell you this, if you want to watch something amazing, you want to watch a great fucking match, one of the best matches I think I've seen in the last like 10, 12, 15 years of wrestling, go watch AJ Styles and oh my gosh, what is his name? Japanese guy that's on WWE right now. Shinsuke Nakamura. That match between Shinsuke and AJ Styles is so fucking good. Dude, it is a phenomenal match, dude. Two guys, especially AJ Styles, who's aged, he's older, he's ready to retire, and the angle just being Shinsuke was like, yo, I want AJ Styles, old school AJ Styles. I want that guy. Where the fuck has he been? Show me what you got. And these two just beating the shit out of each other in the ring, selling the AJ working his Shinsuke's knee over the whole match. Dude, old school storytelling, dude. It was such a good match. That was the way that AJ Styles should have went out. If AJ Styles had that match and said, guys, that's it, I'm done, that would have been the perfect way to walk. Obviously, they want him to lose to go out, but dude, I will agree with that JB Spooky review. Like Eddie could wrestle circles around just about anybody, except like Sean. I met one of those wrestlers in the mid 80s at the hospital. I never followed wrestling, so I didn't bother remembering his name. That's kind of funny, actually. Kaiser and the Wise says, where's the love for Jeff Hardy? Hey, what's up, Jay? How you doing, buddy? Dude, I love Jeff Hardy. I love the Hardy Boys. I was always a bigger fan of Jeff than Matt. I think most people were. Although Matt's Unhinged run was pretty great. There were some cringe in it, but his, or not Unhinged, Unhinged? Whatever. That run, Crazy Matt Hardy, was great. Matt was cutting the best promos of his career there. Jeff has always been consistently phenomenal. Jeff's greatest opponent was Jeff. Jeff's greatest opponent was always Jeff. So Jeff would have been the best guy in the business, one of the most famous wrestlers of all time, if he could have got out of his own way. So Cobra Cast is poop. That's fucking wild. Oh shit, bro. Thank you, Jay. He says, I like Mike. Well, I like Jay. Jay's fucking rad. Justin Martins for 5 says, does this count as G&G's wrestling stream? Sure. We can count it. I'll count it. If we're going to count it, let's count it, Omega versus Okada. Kenny Omega is phenomenally talented too. Mike, butchering those Japanese names. I'm sorry. You were saying? Cobra Cast got scheduled 20 minutes after you predicted it, Mike. Mika Demas. I told you guys within an hour he was going to schedule. I knew it. I like Matt more than Jeff. Really? You're one of the only people I've ever heard say that they liked Matt more than Jeff. That's pretty interesting. Broken Matt Hardy, thank you. Yeah, Broken Matt Hardy was pretty great. I love that gimmick. Jeff was always very sloppy, had zero mic work. Okay, yeah, Jeff was not great on the mic. Although Jeff still has one of my favorite wrestling moments ever against, I think it was The Miz. Was it The Miz? It was either Edge or The Miz, I believe. And Jeff was feuding with this guy. Hold on, let me see if I can find it, dude. Jeff was feuding with this guy. I can't pull it up because obviously I'll get struck right away. And this guy was trying to cut a promo. Oh, no, it wasn't. Damn, this was even more old school. It was John Morrison. This is when he was still with Melina. John Morrison. And he's cutting a promo. And Jeff Hardy walks in and sets up an easel because he said that the guy was more boring. There was that paint drawing was more entertaining than John Morrison. And he pulls up an easel and he starts painting on it. And John Morrison like looks over at him while he's in the middle of doing the interview and like knocks over the like easel or whatever, goes, "Hey, what the hell, man? That's my painting." And like the way he got the dude, it was just his delivery was one of my favorite fucking moments. I laughed so fucking hard at that, dude. How do you guys pronounce it? Hold on, let me see. Somebody told me how to pronounce it. Shinsuke? I don't know. Sure. Shinsuke. Somebody said they want Shinsuke to get world heavyweight title reign. I've been told, and I could be wrong, but what I was told and what I've read is that he doesn't want a title reign. He doesn't want to be that guy. He likes where he is on the roster. He likes being able to get, he likes that he's getting paid. He likes being able to get in there and wrestle and do his thing and show off, but he doesn't want the schedule and have to work as a champion like that. So stand up and salute. I think I already made my point. I think I've already made my point. They're what we say they are. Yeah. I used to play Team America soundtrack at a restaurant I worked at back in the mid 2000s. I was a dishwasher, but they left me alone with my music. Dude, I love that. I love that. Hey, what's up, Rootless Redneck? How you doing, man? One of my favorite bits with Matt was getting jumped and Jeff did his dance. I was just like, dude. Oh, man. There are some pretty funny ones. Yeah, Melina was not good. Yeah, Melina was pretty bad. And she was just out there doing it up. Banged Batista. I think she banged Test briefly. She banged a lot of dudes on the roster. Johnny Nitro, thank you. Johnny Nitro. Shinsuke. Shinsuke? Shinsuke. 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 Nukaremuru. I made my point down in the Baja. Yeah. Yeah, man. No, dude, I doesn't want the schedule. Hasn't he seen Jade's run? Yeah, I don't, dude. I still can't believe that Jade, they gave her that fucking title. That had to have been, it had to have been, we need a black champion right now, or she has to have some dirt on somebody somewhere. There is no reason for her to have the title. What, she's defended it one time? Has she defended it one time since she's got this title? Oh, also because Jay was here earlier. Shout out to Honky Tonk Man. Shout out to Honky Tonk Man. Jade Cargill has. Let me see here. She won the women's championship November 1st, 2005. As of March 7th, she has not. As of March 7th, she has not made a televised title defense on SmackDown or pay-per-view. She's defended it in house shows. Shut the fuck up. House shows? Get the fuck out of my face. Her first, her first televised title defense, that didn't even happen though. That's crazy, dude. That's wild. And then when she was on AEW, she held the TBS championship for 508 days. She successfully defended the title 15 times during her AEW run, which still seems really small. That still doesn't seem very much. Let me see here. And then CM Punk right now with the title. CM Punk just this year, since winning the title, said that he's defended it 3 times just this year. Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Braun Breaker. He's defended the title 3 times just this year. You don't get to keep the title if you haven't been able to. Nakamura Shinsuke. Thank you, Rickshaw. Jada's only there to get into Hollywood. Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like, dude. Love has a house to show you. That's and any wrestling stream has to have the greatest aficionado of wrestling, Beardo. No, that's okay. That's okay. What's up, Scandalous? How you doing, buddy? I miss Crime Time. It was racist as hell, but so fucking... Dude, Crime Time was great. Rest in peace, Shad Gaspar, if you didn't know that. Yeah. Shad from Crime Time passed away. He died a hero, though. He saved his kid's life. So... I watched Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill on YouTube. She can't do a good promo. Rhea managed to salvage it, but barely because Jade doesn't have much to talk about. Yeah, I didn't even know they had that. I'll have to watch it, but they're...
Boom, headshot!
Stop. Damn it. Oh, and then it's Punk in 2005. Let me see here. It doesn't even show how many times he defended it in 2005. But it doesn't matter because he's defended it more than Jade Cargill already. Jade is not as good and doesn't seem like she wants to grow. I do agree with that. Yeah. The first time I saw her, I was like, yo, this chick is jacked. She seems like she's pretty talented, but she's a terrible storyteller. She can't work the mic. Her promos are fucking terrible. Yeah. My thing is this. We've seen this in wrestling over the years. If you're not good at talking, if you're not good on the mic in wrestling, that's a huge fucking problem for you. But if you're not going to be good on the mic, then you have to be a great storyteller, and you better put in the fucking work in the ring, man. And a lot of these wrestlers nowadays, they're not good on the mic. They're terrible at cutting promos. They can barely read the lines they're fed, and their wrestling work is subpar. They're all scared to go. They're all scared to do. They're terrible at improvising. They're constantly waiting for spots. Even some of the best on the roster do this. Even some of the best in the roster. Rhea does it a lot. She's arguably one of the best wrestlers on the roster right now. Okay, but a lot of these wrestlers, especially in WWE, they're soft, man. They're scared as fuck, and they cannot improvise to save their lives. And you can see it, and you can see the fear in their eyes. And it's like, if you fuck up, you make a mistake, you go back to your fundamentals. There are things that you have in your tool belt as a wrestler to keep the story going, even if you fuck up a spot. But like this constantly sitting around waiting, the way that they look for spots even are bad because they're always rushing. And that's like one of the things you get taught. Now, granted, I've never worked in a ring before. I don't know how intense that adrenaline dump is, but I do know, having been taught about and read about a lot and having, partially trained to be a professional wrestler, I remember them telling you, slow the fuck down. And when you think you're going slow, slow down even more. And this has been a consistent thing that veterans have had to talk to the younger guys on the roster about is take your time. Take your time. If you win a title, don't put your arms in the air one time and walk out of the fucking ring. Let the audience connect with you as a champion. Okay? You win a heel. You're a heel and you win in a shitty shystery way. Unless the other wrestlers chasing you out of the ring, take your time. Own that shit. Let that heat build a little bit. A lot of these guys are just in and out and ready to, I know it's been a massive complaint from veteran talents that by the time the show's over, just about everybody's gone home. You should be sitting around watching matches. Some of the best, you hear it from veterans that in some of the guys that actually reach the upper echelons, some of the best advice they ever got, some of the best things they ever learned was them sitting around waiting, watching matches and talking with the veteran guys and watching them do their thing. Getting a veteran to take them under their wing and have conversations with them about how the business works and how storytelling works and how to do things, stuff like that. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. She had like a 50-0 run in AEW? What? That's insane, dude. I don't know what subject is more boring than wrestling. I could think of a lot of things. Metal Slave, hey, what's going on, Metal Slave? For 20, says, Stone Cold is my GOAT. What? Also, one wrestler that'll always be super dear to my heart is Kenny Omega. What? AEW's February 2020 tag team match with Kenny and Hangman Adam Page was, shout out, Kenny Omega's legit. I did used to watch TNA back in the day. Shout out to Metal Slave. I hope you're doing well. And yes, Stone Cold is a GOAT. Stone Cold is one of the best. G&G needs to do an in-person stream playing the old SmackDown games. That would actually be rad. That would actually be rad.
No.
Like Raw versus SmackDown 2007, 2008. Yeah. That would actually be kind of rad. TNA Lockdown 2010, Kurt Angle versus Mr. Anderson. Probably one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. Kurt Angle does not get enough love. Kurt Angle has like what? Kurt Angle probably has like, I'm not going by other people's rankings. In my opinion, Kurt Angle consistently has some of the greatest matches of all time under his belt. There are, there is a significant amount of like, this is one of the best matches of all time that Kurt Angle was involved in. That guy's work was phenomenal. Kurt also is a guy who was, yes, criminally underrated on the mic. Kurt was a lot better on the mic than he ever got credit for, but his work in the ring as a storyteller, his work as his persona, all of that was so good, dude. Was so good, man. The fact that that guy had, the "you suck" chance, "you suck," even when he was a baby face and was doing well, he still got the "you suck" chance because it was like popular. I remember when oh my gosh, when was that? That was like probably 2007. I remember Kurt Angle got let me see here. Hold on. Let me look this up. I remember. Was it 2007? Hold on. When did he leave for TNA? That was 2000 and what? Was it 2005? Maybe it was 2005 when he won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I remember when the chance changed to "You Rock," and he was so fucking excited. Like you could see it on his face. He was so proud, dude. We barely have house shows anymore. How do these companies expect wrestlers to improve without reps? They think that next is the way to do it. I call it next NXT. I'm kind of retarded, chat. It was I think they think the development in NXT is enough for them to get over, and it's not. They're also kind of fumbling Obafemi right now. I like Obafemi a lot. I think he needs to be put and booked with better guys and wrestlers. He had a great match with Rusev. Rusev is a veteran. Rusev knows the work. Rusev is a very talented guy. He made Obafemi look great, and he also gave him a little bit of a fight, which is awesome. This whole thing that WWE does all the time, where they get a big guy in or some dominant wrestler in, and he just fucking does nothing but squash matches for like the first 6 months of his career, and then gets like a title run or something, needs to stop. They need Obafemi in there wrestling legit guys, actually having some good feuds, actually putting like boots to asses and actually showing off in a real way. I'm really sick of the squash matches with him. I love Obafemi. I think he is going to be a top guy if they know how to book him correctly, but constantly just giving him squash matches is embarrassing. Like, fucking, what are we doing, man? LA Knight's not bad. LA Knight's not bad, but man, oh man, does that guy get in his own way. And it's not just the botch he had at Elimination Chamber. Surprisingly, Logan Paul defended him there and said, you know what? Those ropes had a ton of oil on them. They were slippery as shit, and I wouldn't have... I don't blame him for that. Fucking Finn Balor slipped on the ropes as well. But... LA Knight to me, because he one time kind of hinted at he was pissed off at management. LA Knight to me seems like the kind of guy who is going to do exactly what Zack Ryder did. He's going to play the good company guy. He's going to try to hide his dissatisfaction. He's going to try to sit patiently and wait for his time to come, and it's never going to happen. If LA Knight wants to get over, I wish he was watching right now. I really did. I really do wish he was watching right now. LA Knight, you ain't got the time in your career, buddy, to be waiting around sitting on your fucking hands. You want it? You got to go get it, bro. You need to fucking you need to start cutting promos. You need to start getting aggressive. You need to start talking shit, bro. I'm calling back to MJF again. That fucking promo he did to Tony Khan, he goes, you need to fire me, you fucking mark. Like, I'm not saying that LA Knight has to have one of those moments, but I'm saying this. If LA Knight is okay and comfortable where he's at and he wants to stay there, awesome. But if he wants to get to the top, if he wants to be the guy that's headlining WrestleMania, if he wants a good title run where people are shouting his name and he's not being booked in shitty matches against Jay fucking Uso, he needs to get aggressive and he needs to get nasty and he needs to do it now. You need to start showing people that you're fucking ready now. Your biggest strength is your mic work. It's not your ring work. He is not a great wrestler. He's an okay wrestler. He can be decent. He can even be really good at times, but it is not his wrestling work. It is his mic work. He needs to start cutting promos, and he needs to start letting people know that he's pissed off, that he's not happy, and that he's ready to fucking take the big leap. If Jay fucking Uso can get it with his yeeting ass, you can get it. But you gotta fucking push. You gotta push back, man. Fuck management. Put your fucking job on the line and let them know, bro. Put your fucking job on the line and let them know. JB Spooky Review says, I can't watch modern wrestling because it all feels like a dance. It doesn't feel like wrestling. I agree with you, man. Yes, Jeremy Sideboard says, the matches are so boring. You can see the move and they don't work it to make it seem real. You are correct, man. You are very correct. Andreas the Collector says, I like Jade. She has potential, but she needs work. Her appearance worked as a heel, but without any time in the ring, I can't expand on her character. I agree. I agree with you. That's the same with speaking. Go slower and louder. You think you need to be. You're always faster and quieter than you think. Yep, I agree. New wrestlers are just trying to get the next highlight. They don't care about stories or even trying to be entertaining. I agree with you, bro. I agree. Lord Bother for 5 said, just had my first video go to 3K views. Let's go. Hopefully it's a sign business is picking up and the algo is finally being tickled. Keep tickling that algo, bro. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. If I was gonna be a wrestler, I'd be a heel. My goal is to win every title. I become Grand Slam champion. That's a good goal. That's a good goal. Kurt Angle's is on my Mount Rushmore. I think that's valid. Kurt Angle's fucking amazing, dude. Extremely talented. Chris Jericho's up there. He's fucking amazing. Yeah, man. Yeah. And I do think that maybe there should be eras of Mount Rushmores because there's so many talented guys. Where would you put Brock on the list? Brock by himself. Brock on his own.
No.
Top 25. Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman, top 15. Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman is fucking lightning in a bottle, bro. Paul Heyman is one of the best managers ever in the history of wrestling. But him with Brock Lesnar and then him with CM Punk are two of his some of his best work. His stuff with Roman Reigns was good. But him with Brock Lesnar was phenomenal because Brock is such a fucking freak athlete. Brock is one of the most, in my personal opinion, Brock is one of the most physically gifted athletes that has ever stepped into a WWE ring. As far as like pure raw athleticism, he is insane, dude. His work, his ability, his speed, his strength is insane. Once in a lifetime kind of level of talent. But you put him with Paul fucking Heyman, dude. Amazing work. Top 15 easy. I don't know if he deserves a Mount Rushmore, but that's because I think he had some bad booking. Not because of him, but because of them not knowing sometimes what to do with him. Him fucking up Cena, Suplex City, that shit was gold, bro. Watching him walk in and just fucking dismantle Super Cena, he said, bitch, you ain't tough. You ain't never been tough. That shit was amazing. And you could see on John's face, he was like, gotta take another suplex. Time to take another suplex. Time to take another suplex. He put John through the fucking ringer, bro. 33 and a third chance at sacrifice. I gotta scroll down, bro. Here's a match: Oba Femi versus Braun Breaker. No, nope. I think Braun Breaker is actually kind of dog shit. I'm gonna be honest. I thought Braun Breaker was decent when he was starting. I liked the crazy energy, the spear, the intensity was great, but he needs to slow the fuck down. And when you see him start to really put like, when he starts to slow down, when he's forced to slow down, you can see how inexperienced he is. Some of his mic stuff was good. I liked some of his mic work. I thought he was developing, but you can see that he has a long way to go. He needs probably another 5 years of just solid mid-card work. And my concern is this, and this is why I don't want him with Oba Femi right now. My concern is that Braun Breaker has the potential to become a top guy. Trying to think of like somebody like dominant like that. He has the potential to be like Kurt Angle level good without the technique. Kurt Angle's technique was perfection, but like that kind of an intensity. Kurt's intensity was one of his X factors. Braun's intensity is definitely an X factor for him, but his ring work can be really sloppy because you can see that he's rushing and he needs to slow the fuck down or he's going to get himself hurt. Because this is the caveat here, potential to be like the next young Kurt Angle guy. I know Chad Gable's up there too, like that, or he also has the potential to be the next Ryback. That's my concern. I think Braun Breaker is dangerously close to becoming the next Ryback. And if you're not careful and you don't know better and nobody stops you, you'll just become a liability to yourself and your brothers in the ring, and then nobody wants to work with you. And I just don't want that to happen. Oh my God. Angie says, finally got supper in the oven. I've been lurking, and that may not have been a great idea. I poked myself 3 times with the knife, cut my fingernail off my finger, and burnt the fuck out of my hand. Oh my gosh, Angie. What are you doing?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Put aloe vera on that burn. Hey, what's up, Brick Frage? How you doing, man? I gotta agree with X-Wing on the pork chop sandwich. Pork chop sandwiches! The Usos have been milquetoast for like 20 years. I mean, Jimmy's good. Jimmy's good. Jimmy's not great. Jimmy's good. Jimmy's a good worker. He's better than his fucking brother. Jeez, oh, Pete's Jey Uso's garbage. The Milkman, member for 13 months, says, New Gen getting softer is what ruined the only sport I love, boxing. All too scared to lose their zero. Yes, why Duran and Foreman are my favorites. Overcame losses. Yes. The test of a true champion is what happens when you lose. Where do you go when you've experienced loss? What do you do when you've been pushed to your very limit? Maybe you are undefeated, but what do you do when you're pushed to your very limit? Where do you go as a champion? Some of the best champions in the world are guys that are not undefeated, but have shown that even in loss, it didn't deter them from being the best. You are correct. You are correct. Jey Uso only got it because of his family, let's be honest. Yeah. He has regressed so poorly as a wrestler. He was a lot better in a tag team. I'm not saying he was great as a tag team. It won't let me send the super chat Beardo Fat. What? Green Ranger? That's weird. SCD says, Kata's streaming at 4 times his viewers. If you don't, nah, I don't troll people like that, man. I am so very thankful that you guys want to watch my streams. We have a lot of people watching. I don't normally count numbers just because I don't want you guys to feel like I'm just looking at you as a number. But yeah, 230 people watching. That's amazing. But I would never, ever take shots at another streamer for having less viewers than me, because I could have nobody watching me right now too. And I am very thankful to all of you guys for wanting to hang out and listen to me rant about wrestling for 2 hours, which I didn't expect to do. That was not the plan. But I don't want to ever troll somebody. Maybe I'd make a joke if it came up in conversation about something, but no, I don't do that. I would hate to do that to somebody, you know, because there are phenomenal streamers that have 10 people watching them. So, and there are absolute dog shit streamers who have 10,000 people watching them, you know? So yeah, but shout out to Kata. More than anything, I think it's funny that Kata's finally playing The Witcher 3, and I don't think he's made it out of the tutorial yet. I don't think he has any idea what he's in for as a game, because he's like, oh, I'll just play The Witcher. I'm like, that's not a casual, like, you know, take a bite of this game, Kata. Like, that's like a deep, like, RPG, bro. Like, I was like, yo, I've playing through The Witcher. Let me see here. Like I said, I have not beaten Blood and Wine yet. I want to. I need to sit down and do it. I'm loving it so far anyways, but let me see what I have on The Witcher right now.
No.
Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I have... That's not accurate. Hold on. I have... What is that? It's double that. Because I play it... I go back and forth playing it between Xbox and Steam. Like, because I can transform between my Xbox and my PC or whatever. And between Xbox and Steam... Let me see here. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Hey, Jamie, pull that up. Pull that up, Jamie. Fuck, I'm so retarded. Okay, here we go. Witcher 3. How do I do the math there for that? Okay, it says I have. I think altogether, I have almost like 200 plus hours in The Witcher 3. I think it's 200 plus hours in The Witcher 3. I have 68 hours on Steam, but that's not actually accurate because I played it more on Xbox. But like I just about 100%ed the main story. I still have like things on the map that I haven't uncovered, but I've uncovered a lot of stuff. And then I also did Hearts of Stone, and that was, or Heart of Stone, that was like another 20 plus hours. So yeah, probably maybe like 215 hours or something in that game. Green Ranger for 2 says Beardo Large. There you go. I know what you meant. Rough Night says, don't be a jabroni, get first aid. See, chat, I know man sports wrestling. There you go. That's wild. That's wild, dude. It doesn't let me type certain words like fat. That's weird. I don't know why that is, because I think other people can type fat in chat. I don't know. Mike's stream is so bad I tried to stab myself. Angie Blank in 2026. Yeah. Mooney says, D-Day Cobra live in 15 minutes. I don't give a fuck if he's live in 5 minutes, in 2 minutes, in 1 minute, 30 seconds, 15 seconds. Yeah. It's wild, dude. It's wild. Ryback had potential and flush it all. Yeah, fuck Ryback, dude. Now he's just going around on TikTok saying, feed me more on everything that like goes viral for wrestling. Yeah. Rough Night says, we're almost at 200 likes. If you haven't already, please consider liking the stream. It helps Mike tickle the algo. Shout out to tickling the algo. I'm so tired of Sami Zayn. Yeah, I don't like Sami Zayn at all. I don't understand him at all. I legitimately don't understand why Sami Zayn is so fucking popular, dude. I don't get it. Wow, Mike just looks at us as numbers. I said you're not just numbers. I said you're not. I said the opposite of that. Someone's saying green is for 5. He doesn't look at us as numbers, just people who owe him taxes. Speaking of which. Thank you for the 5, Son of Sanguinus. There's no taxes. It's free. And you're not just a number to me. You're people. Wyman's That's Right for 2 says, I'm just a number text.
Hi, Miguel! Miguel!
What will you learn? What will you learn? That your actions have consequences!
Meek, we're here to get our families back, not to watch. Well, Tim the Tap Man, cough, cough. Yeah, I'll say his fucking name. Let me just casually put 10 hours in The Witcher. Yeah. He was like, oh, I was like, you're like 0.5 of the way through this game right now if you get through the tutorial, bro. We prefer your streams because it's the only streams we can talk about wrestling since that stream is dead on arrival. Yeah. Dude, you guys are always welcome for... He's looking for Yennefer's feet? Oh, no, bro. Oh, no, bro. I wasn't interested in Blonde and Wine. I love it already, dude. Witcher 3 Death March, where even the rats are spicy. I'm playing on Blood and Broken Bones. That's what I'm playing through right now, is Blood and Broken Bones. I didn't want to play on Death March. Is that what it is? Is it? Hold on. Let me see here. Let me make sure I'm right. Yeah, I'm playing on Blood and Broken Bones. And I don't want to play it on anything harder than that. I like Blood and Broken Bones for what it is. We're just numbers to Mike. He's like the IWC who care more about ratings than watching actual wrestling. That's crazy work, dude. Yin or Triss? I've said this before. Fucking Frank the Tank hates it. I know a lot of people like Triss. I like Triss. Triss is awesome. I pick Yennefer. Yin's my girl. I tried twice but couldn't finish Witcher 3. I found it to be way too long. Honestly, I did not care about the story. See, I really like the story of The Witcher. It's the payoffs down the road that I really enjoyed, but I get it. It's a big game, dude. It's huge. The best thing you could do if you really just want to experience it for what it is just speed run the main story. Speed run the main story and just pick like 2 or 3 major side quests. Like do the botchling storyline, do that one because it's cool. Do the main quest and then maybe take on like 3 or 4 like contracts and stuff. Or do like a contract in between every story beat or something. There's some. Yeah, you don't have to play the whole thing. But I think experiencing the entire game is good. There's a lot of really cool stuff there. Well, I mean, Sasquatch for 2 says can't type fat tax. That's wild. Beardo fatuous. Fatuous? Rough Knight says test. Beardo fat. Couldn't pay me to watch CobraCast. I won't pay you to watch CobraCast. I'll let you watch me instead. Where it's free. Everyone stick your arm out for Miki to tattoo your number on. Soylent Green was also people. You guys are out of control. SCD for 2 says, oh my God. Just a number tax. Weird Robot for 5 says, if we had to be numbers, can I be number 69? Yes. If you are only reduced to a number, I christen thee number 69. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Did Meek just confess he eats people meat? No! Huh? No. That's a weird way to say Jennifer. It's Yennefer. Redheads always. I'm married to a redhead. I already have that. Gotta experience the other. I'm trying to experience other things. Trying to broaden my horizons. Mike, would you rather watch the upcoming Lanterns TV show or the 1990 Warren Beatty Dick Tracy movie? Lantern looks like dog shit. Lantern looks like garbage. As a comic book show, Lanterns looks like trash. As a gritty detective story, I bet you Lanterns will be enjoyable. Maybe, but the problem is it's not supposed to be a gritty detective thing. I don't want another gritty, down-to-earth reboot of my favorite characters or comic book characters. I want them to be flying around and doing cool shit with their rings. You could even have a story where they're on Earth right now and their rings are low battery, and so they're really kind of up against the wall here or whatever. You could do stuff like that, but man, oh man, the back and forth already of these two, they seem like they fucking hate each other, and the young rookie upstart trying to teach the veteran how to do things. I just don't know how I feel about that, man. That costume looks terrible too. So I don't know. Giles McCoy for 5 says, can we buy a specific number or are they assigned randomly at the central office? You're not a number. Neither give me Shawnee. Shawnee's rad. Shawnee's rad. I can't help myself but try and do all the little nodes on the map and it's too much. Yeah, if you start trying to do completionist numbers on The Witcher 3, you will drive yourself insane, dude. You will drive yourself insane. So I feel that. I Know Music, FYI, says, big games are really long... are really as long as you want to play them. I'm a completionist, so I try to 100% open world games like that. I did it with Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, and Shadows. Fuck. Wouldn't recommend. Yeah, I wouldn't either. That's insane, dude. I wish there were more contracts with being Medieval Batman was awesome. I do love the Witcher contracts a lot. Must watch CobraCast or Israel will get me. Hey, that's okay. Be careful out there. Watch out for the Mossad agents. Salty Bum Ryu for 2 says Oogie Boogie Tax. That's wild. I do, by the way, shout out to Warren Beatty for Dick Tracy. The movie is so fucking good. It's not a perfect movie. It is in my opinion in the same league as The Shadow, but it's this fun, kind of corny, like old school, like comic book thing, and I love the vibes, dude. The worst part of Witcher 3 is I cannot throw Yennefer off the mountain. And that's fucking wild, dude. I've been seeing a lot of positive reactions to Lantern. Oh, I bet. A lot of people being like, oh, yeah, like, you know, those comic book fans are just the fucking worst. Yeah, the comic book fans who bought the comic books that made these characters the beloved icons that they are to culture today. That's the difference here. You cannot try to separate comic books and comic book fans, okay? You cannot separate the two. The reason that Spider-Man and Batman and Superman and Green Lantern and Wonder Woman and The Flash and Hawkeye and Iron Man and Thor, the reason people like them, the reason they have a fan base in the first place is because they were beloved comic book characters. You cannot separate the two. I will say this. I think that sometimes the waters around comic book accuracy, the waters around I think the waters around comic book accuracy can be very muddy, because it depends on what you're adapting. Because you have different Spider-Man iterations and runs with different art styles and different storylines and different story approaches. You get that with Superman, you get that with Batman. You get those different things. No. So the idea of comic book accuracy, you go, well, who are you trying to be accurate to? But if you are adapting your own storyline for a character, if you're adapting a storyline to a character, it should be as faithful to that storyline as you can get it. If you're going to adapt Court of Owls, it should be as accurate to Court of Owls as possible. If you're going to do Nightfall, it should be as accurate to Nightfall as you can get it. Stop borrowing from the comic books, changing it fundamentally, and then being confused when fans are pissed off that you did something totally different with their comic book characters than these beloved comic book storylines that you're adapting. I think that that's the bigger problem here. I'm trying to see here. Hold on. I'm trying to think here.
Thank you for your patronage.
I want to say it like this. Like,
no.
Adaptations, of things, like if you're adapting like A Long Halloween, or if you're adapting Aragon, or you're adapting Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe. Okay, there are expectations people have of those stories because those stories are beloved for what they are. And if you say, I am adapting this storyline, then your goal should be to adapt that storyline as faithful as possible. There is a difference between that and then giving homage to things. Okay? An homage to something where you say, hey, I'm not adapting a storyline. I am inspired by this art style, or I'm inspired by this guy's take on the character. And so I'm utilizing that version or that idea to inspire my work is different, because that's how movies get made. Movies are filmmakers inspired by other filmmakers and make something like that, or set out to make something that honors those things. Star Wars exists because George Lucas loved Buck Rogers and wanted to adapt something like that, and wanted to make something unique. Those kind of things are fine. Homages are fine. A good example of that would be Tim Burton's Batman. It is not a one-for-one adaptation of like any comic book story. It's inspired by the Batman comics for sure. Especially like the 80s like Batman comics. You also get like the Arkham Asylum games that are inspired by comic books, but are not one-for-one adaptations of any of those stories. They're kind of their own thing and their own story, and they just are showing love to what has come before. That's different, and I can respect that. Sam Raimi is not trying to adapt one-for-one comic book angles. He's trying to pay homage to what he loved about those comic books. And I think that that's okay to do when you're adapting something. But when you're out here trying to You go, I'm going to do a Green Lantern comic book. But in this, he doesn't have a ring and he doesn't have Green Lantern powers. He's just a fucking guy that can fly and shoot eye beams. You go, okay, well, that's not Green Lantern. That's something else. You're not doing an homage to anything. You're taking a character and fundamentally changing who he is. It's why I'm critical of James Gunn's treatment of the Guardians of the Galaxy, because the movies themselves are good movies, but they're not good Guardians of the Galaxy movies. They're not even an homage to Guardians of the Galaxy movies. They're something totally different. They take those characters, they fundamentally change their backstories, who they are, their motivations, their drive, their reasons for doing, completely change those and make them something they were never meant to be, so that you can write whatever story you want around them. Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3 are definitely inspired by and homages to comic books in the past, especially Iron Man 2, which is like the trying to adapt, or they're not adapting, they're paying homage to, inspired by the Demon in a Bottle storyline. They're trying to showcase some of the common themes of Tony Stark as a person. That's fine. It's okay to do that. But if you are trying to adapt a story, you need to be accurate to the story. And if you're trying to adapt a character, well, there are certain near universal concepts that are agreed upon for certain characters that need to be established and followed. And when those aren't, the criticisms are legitimate and they're valid. And getting mad at fans for not liking that is silly, because those fans are the reason you made this in the first place. Nobody adapts a comic book that has never sold an issue. You don't go, I found an old crappy comic book in my parents' attic of Johnny the Detective and Wonder Dog Rhino, and go, I'm going to adapt this comic book because people loved it so much, and then go, I don't know why people didn't watch this. You either adapt it and go, I hope people like this story like I like this story, or you go, you know what? Nobody even knows what this is. Nobody cared back then. I don't know if anybody will care now. But borrowing that character, saying I'm going to take this character, make him something fundamentally he's not, and then get mad when fans of that are not happy with it, I think it's a fair criticism. Doesn't mean you can't like it. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. You are absolutely welcome to enjoy it. I like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but I'm aware that Drax is a terrible adaptation of Drax the Destroyer from the comic books. I'm aware that Star-Lord is fundamentally different than he is in the comics. That the closest thing we have to comic accuracy maybe is Gamora, and even she's a massive departure. And so I like the movies for what they are. But for me to say I'm a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, the comic book characters, I'm not. I don't know them. I don't know much about them. What I do know about them, I actually would have preferred them to be adapted accurately. And I do agree, yeah, it raises the question, where's Guy Gardner? Where is this on the timeline? What are we doing on all of this? I don't know, dude. It's a good question. Frank says, I did 100% Witcher 3, cleared all 3 maps twice. Love that game. You know what, Frank? That's actually pretty fucking rad. I fucking respect the hell out of that, Frank. Django for 2 says, she's light-skinned now. Beardo Benjamin III. That's wild. The comics, which you are trying to make money off of. 100%. 100 fucking percent. The Billy Zane Phantom movie and Rocketeer were fun movies. Yes, and they are homages to the characters in the golden age of comic books. Death of Marco for 2.5 or 2.75 golden British pounds. Says Meek Fat Tax, huh?
Damn, boy, he's thick.
You want to make a movie without an established fan base, make up your own story? You are correct. That's what should happen. Son of Sanguinus for 10. Mike, surely you must see that the fans that made these characters as popular as they are actually holding them back. They need to be separated for some reason. Yeah. Silly me for, wanting to honor the fans. Justin Martin's, oh my God, dude. Vern, For 5 says number 1487 here reporting for tax duty. That's wild. Thank you for the 10 son of Sanguinus. Appreciate you. I tried to think once. It hurt. My hair smelled funny for a week. That's funny. Just give me Batman versus Predator. That would be rad. I'd watch the shit out of that. How about The Batman, The Witch in the Wardrobe? That actually might be kind of rad too. I'm not gonna lie. A crossover like that could be kind of cool. It's like what Disney does with Star Wars. Cherry picks from the EU that they decanonize and proceeds to bastardize it with bad storytelling and woke DEI woke nonsense and treats it like a factory of filmmaking. They do not give a shit at all. Green Lanterns can fly though. Yeah, they fly now. They fly now. He can fly and do I-beam, so Temu Superman. My point is that the idea is that they didn't care about the characters. I know they can fly. That's not what I'm saying. My point is that they go, hey, why do they fly? Well, they just do because they do. Not because they have a ring that gives them the ability to do things like fly. Different interpretation of comic book characters is okay, but there's a line, and when they straight up copy established storylines and proceed to bastardize everything about it, the character suffers. I absolutely agree. Did Kick-Ass have a comic book first? It did. Kick-Ass had a comic book first, and from what I've heard, it's mostly faithful up to a point, and then it deviates massively. Frank says, what are you talking about, Miki? They did adapt All New and All Different. Yes. It's fucking wild, dude. The other part of it, too, is you could also do what Douglas Adams did when he made Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Okay? When he made Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, he actually had a conversation about that. Let me see if I can find his quote on that. He said... because he has a take on it. His take is that anything that is written or any adaptation of the Hitchhiker's Guide is its own canon. Let me see if I can find where he says it. Because they did the books, and then they did a radio show, then I believe they tried to do a TV show, then they did the movies, and he if I remember correctly, his attitude was that they were all canon because they're all just like deviations of the same universe. And so he was okay with the radio show kind of being its own thing and the movie being its own thing, and that he didn't need it to follow anything super, super specific other than kind of like the basic blueprint of what the story was. If I remember, that's kind of what his take was on it. And you know what? If you want to say, hey, I wrote this character and this is who they are and this is the fundamental themes of this character, but any story or any situation they're in is canon to them, sure. That was a joke reference, Mike? Oh, gotcha. No, that's okay. I'm sorry, I'm retarded. That's fine. But like this attitude that you can just ignore things and just blow past established storylines and character themes and ideas and then get mad at and shit on the fan base for not agreeing with it, that's silly. And it shouldn't be a thing, and it shouldn't be how you treat fans, because they're the reason that you have a job in the first fucking place. They're the reason that any of your stuff is worth a shit in the first place. And I think that that's important to like keep track of. So yeah, man, I don't know. I don't think Lanterns is going to be any good. I don't think it's going to be worth a damn. I would love to be wrong. Here's the thing. Everybody, well, you just want to hate things. No, I don't want to just hate things. I would love to be wrong. I would love to be proven wrong about Lanterns. I would love to be surprised and it end up being a phenomenal story and a phenomenal adaptation, and they do Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart correct. But the trailers that they put out that are supposed to give you insight into this story do not look good. They don't look good. So Frank Tank says Witcher is a top 5 game for me. Hell yeah. Dude, I love that game. I think it's a masterpiece. I think The Witcher 3, just from what I've played, is a masterpiece. I love the Heart of Stone DLC so much. Gaunter O'Dim, fucking phenomenal bad guy. Fucking rad. So, all right, guys, I'm going to call it here. It is late. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do a super long stream today anyways. That's why I didn't game. Also, Saucy Saturdays is on, and I try not to stream against them. So that's what we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid Wicked. We're gonna raid Saucy Saturdays. Go show them some love. Should be a good time. Shout out to Extra Girl. Shout out to Dispro. And I appreciate you guys very, very, very much. We're gonna probably just be back to on Monday. Monday, I think we'll probably do. I'm torn between just jumping into Resident Evil 9 or finishing Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear. I can't think of the word. Rising, Metal Gear Rising. We'll see. It'll be one of the two. I'm not rating Cobra Cast. Hell no. But guys, thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you for the recommitments, and more importantly, thank you for hanging out with me on this Saturday evening. You guys are the best. I appreciate you. Best community on the internet. I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. If you're having a bad day, I hope this was able to cheer you up a little bit. I hope you're able to have a good rest of your weekend. You are not just a number to me. You are a wonderful individual, and I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back to it on Monday. All right? Later, everybody.